Hello and welcome. This is technically it's the second podcast, but let's say it's our first podcast because the first one failed due to my severe incompetence in the matter, given it's the first podcast. But I'm CEO of Accord Properties. Sitting with me today is our head of sales, Mohammed.
We've wasted 2 hours the last time talking.
Yes.
I missed that.
I
Seriously.
missed that,
It
and
was
the worst
amazing.
part, it didn't even record the sound right. So
Unfortunately.
yeah, so the whole podcast is just
That was really
wasted.
It was
but
amazing.
those are the risks of going live. But one of the reasons, once again, telling the audience what we're doing here is we're essentially going live, and we hopefully going to invite more guests in here. But to give you this unfiltered, really honest, really straightforward to you view of the market, view of the Dubai's real estate from our perspectives, a bit less formal, a bit less edited. So essentially today we're just mostly talking shop. And talking shop, we've been doing a lot of rounds, right, in the broker tours.
Yeah, with the developers.
And what is the most common message you see between developers coming in?
Honestly,
Yeah.
we talk honest
Yeah, we talk honest here, right?
100%
Yeah.
honest. No filters.
Within legal limits.
Of course. Well, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We don't talk about anybody.
Yeah. No, but we're not even mentioning
Honestly,
who
what
we
I've
visit.
seen so far from all the tours
Yeah.
we've been doing, everybody's just trying to sell. That's it. Prioritizing their projects, sell this, focus on this. And what I've seen so far, and I'm not going to mention developers' names, of course, that a lot of people doesn't have the insights, the knowledge of it's not about the product only, it's about the market. It's a profession. Real estate is a profession. It's not about you're not selling an iPhone. You're selling a huge investment actually, and it's for some people, it's their only investment. So when you're telling them buy this, buy it now, it's the last unit.
I
It
also
doesn't work like that.
look. Yeah, I got the same
doesn't
feeling. I
work like
find it
that.
a little dubious. But initially, honestly, we hear a lot of, "Oh, there's no stock. You're lucky to get anything."
With
Are you
some
lucky to get
developers,
anything, or
yes.
it's hard to get anything? It's very different, right? Because let's be honest, the only apartments in real life, in any development, which will retain value guaranteed and will retain value well, are ones which have the timeless values attached to them. It's high floor, it's good view, it's good layout, it's good area.
And also number of stock, like how many inventory, how many units are being released.
Exactly.
A lot of people actually don't look at these things. When they're buying, they like it's supply and demand. It's very important. And if people don't look at it from supply and demand perspective, if they are going in the wrong project, they're not losing because there's no loss in properties. But if they're expecting to exit in 1-2 years or before the delivery of the project, they might not make profit.
Yeah. Well,
They might lose. We've seen already a lot of
you
people
see, we
lost.
very much agree on one point. It's like promising your client exiting
You can't
before.
promise.
Yeah,
Nobody should promise anything.
I think it. I think I would go on a. I would go on a limb and say that it should be illegal
Actually, yeah.
outright.
You cannot guarantee anything.
Yeah.
You don't know.
No,
It's
if you
impossible.
guarantee something, you should either be able to deliver on it
It has to be.
or pay the consequence.
It has to be documented. If it's a guarantee, it has to be documented. It
Yeah.
should be in a contract.
Well, but that also to the buyers. Buyers, please remember.
Please.
If it's not on paper, it's not guaranteed. It's just promised.
And if it's on paper, you should read the paper carefully because there are some clauses that are not still guaranteed. So you're talking about guarantee, but at the same time, it depends on the market. So
Which is
that
not
a
guaranteed.
guarantee.
Which is like, of course, it depends on the market.
Of course.
But either way, either way, when you looking into those projects and all those developers, they talk to you and you see them really pushing to you to sell, not always in the most ethical manner, right?
That's true. Yeah.
I feel like a lot of developers would push you to kind of do this fast selling on this high ticket product. And in my mind, it's very much a bit of laziness on the side of developers, because if we look at some of the prime developers who are really performing, who you will come into their office and they're gonna sell, like, you can sell us, it's your business, we're good, right?
That is true.
Some of those developers, they are in that position because they were continuously refining their understanding of the market. They were continuously refining their offering. So now when they deliver product, it's guaranteed to succeed.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Like we all knew Blue Waters will be big. Should have done better on the wheel, but otherwise, it's perfect project.
Still a spot, and it's also less supply.
Yeah.
That's why it appreciated a lot.
What's the
Apart
tallest
from
building there? 10 floors?
9 floors.
9.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like they're at 9 floors,
Some
kind
are
of.
higher,
Yeah. But once again, it's very little supply. It's a lot of amenities, and more importantly, those are the right amenities which people are actually looking for. Because you don't need 10 yoga rooms in a building. Like, there are some people who like yoga, and I'm happy to have that, but absolute majority of your tenants will
Not many
not care
people
for
actually
it.
use it.
Yeah. You need nice splash pad. You need nice playgrounds, right? That's what you need. Like, if you ask most of the tenants, would you rather have a yoga room or bigger playground? Guess what they're going to choose, right?
You need also restaurants, you need supermarkets, you need
Yeah.
shopping centers, you need a lot of things. You need transportations.
Yeah, and that's the biggest difference, because I live in Creek, and I moved to Creek when it was just being delivered. I was the first person to move in as a tenant into newly delivered apartment in Creek on this Creek Harbor Island, which is now almost completed. They are building a couple more commercial buildings,
If we're
and they're
gonna talk-
finishing, I think, one more residential building.
If you're talking about Creek, I feel that the Creek
Mm-hmm.
is the future.
Of course, it's a future, but the thing is, it was a little harder to believe when I just moved, because half of the park was under construction, the whole of the Creek Marina
But
were empty, and because I moved in as it opened, but literally 3 months into my tenancy there, I would invite a bunch of people to see and come and look, because they all come, oh, why would you live in Creek now? It's middle of nowhere. And I'm like, okay, come over, I'll show you the marina.
a lot of
They come
people-
in and it's full of people, lights. It's the best sunsets in Dubai, for God's
a
sake.
lot of people used to
Yeah.
say this about downtown.
Yeah.
Look at downtown now. Creek is the same. It's gonna take time for sure, but the island is ready. But looking at the master plan from Amar is unbelievable. It is unbelievable. So buying now, but it's still buying now. The timing is very important. It's not about buying and I want to exit after 1 year and make money. No, it doesn't work like that.
Oh, no.
It works only when there is less supply. Less
Because-
supply, you will be able to exit with profit in less time. But if you're looking at long-term investment, it's amazing.
Because look at the guys who bought into the downtown early on. Are they? And funnily enough, right now for them is the time to sell. A lot of those guys who bought some of the first buildings in downtown to be launched.
But they're not selling. They're making already
Of course
10 and
not.
12% ROI.
That's what I was saying. Like,
Why would I sell?
Why would you? You come to them, you plead them to sell because you would love to sell it. You got customers for it queuing up. You know, the moment he signs with you to sell, you'll sell it next day
That's true.
at whatever
That's
price
true.
he will put within reasonable expectation, right?
Yeah.
But he doesn't want it. Like, every 4 years, 5 years, he can pay for his value of apartment he paid, essentially. They do get 20-25% if they bought the first apartments, because those were what, 700K?
Yeah, yeah.
Now you can make like 200K a year,
Depends.
easy.
It depends. Yeah,
On some
depends on the
apartments
property.
with good views. And once again, I'm pretty sure that the guys who bought whatever remained, right, just rushed into the hype and bought, oh, I'll take low floor, overseeing the parking.
Just still
They're not
money.
making as much.
They're still making money. It's downtown.
They're making some money in downtown, but regarding that they're early investors in Dubai downtown, they're not making money.
In terms of availability,
Yeah.
do you see a lot of availability in downtown? Not really.
Yeah.
In terms of new buildings in downtown, it is appreciating.
Yeah.
It's appreciated a lot.
Yeah, and I gotta go back on my words a lot because in one of the news dumps, I was seeing the news where downtown actually grew the least out of the main Dubai areas in the rental value. It was in September, October kind of time, and apparently it wasn't a trend; it was anomaly. And back then I said, okay, yeah, of course, downtown is complete; it's now done. Most of it's growing. And then it shoot up, literally next month.
It's
So I
market
shouldn't say things
cycle.
like that.
It is market cycle.
Yeah,
It is normal. And if we're talking about now and what's coming, if you ask my opinion, this is my personal opinion. I don't guarantee anything. I don't know what will happen in the future, but predictions in terms of where the market is heading, it's slowed down already. Still the right time to buy because buying a property is always the right time. If you can afford it, buy it, but you have to do a lot of research and you have to pick the right project. A lot of people say that, oh, I need to buy only prime units. Okay, you can buy prime units if you can afford it. That doesn't mean that all the other projects will not have buyers. They are having buyers. But if you're thinking to exit soon, you have to think twice.
because when you're exiting soon, it looks desperate.
Okay, I will give you example. Most of the I don't want to talk about anybody, but a lot of brokers, they promise the world. You buy now, and I will resell it in the next 6 months with 25 and 30% appreciation. How can you guarantee something like that? That's not possible.
No, can I just say, if you can actually guarantee and deliver on it as a broker, please come work with us. Come work with us, please.
Please.
We will hire you. We will give you twice. We'll give you twice as good of a deal as any other broker.
You see, how can you guarantee something like this? And this is how people are selling. Buy here, we will resell it. How can you guarantee? Unless you did proper research and talk about history of the project and knows the numbers and knows the resale value and you've done resale with profit, you still, after this, you still cannot guarantee anything. But you can predict with reasonable numbers. But these people, they just buy here, we will resell it. And a lot of people who bought before, now they can resell with profit. I'm not going to mention projects, but they cannot. It will appreciate, but not now. And not in the next 1 year, 2 years.
I'm gonna say to you, I will mention projects. I will mention.
if
I'm
you
sorry,
want, you take responsibility.
but I take responsibility here. But I'm saying that right now we have the situation where someone very close to me purchased a number of apartments invested into Peninsula. And Peninsula is beautiful development. Like that's why I'm happy to mention it because I know it will appreciate. I know it will be good. And I know it's great developers. So that group is actually a great developer, one of my favorites.
All their properties appreciated, all of them.
They're not cheap. They're not always easy to get prime views, but those are all prime views units in high floors.
Quality.
All the best layouts in the building, but they're still selling the off-plan. There's a lot of supply. They launched the whole area, and they're still launching it. And because there's a lot of supply, and that's coming back to your supply and demand.
It is. It's
Right?
supply and demand.
Oh my God, it's hard to sell it right now. As an experiment, I'm not saying we're gonna sell with a loss because after evaluation and explaining that if you can actually
But
do the rest of
some
the payments.
agents, unfortunately, they force sellers and they push people to sell with loss.
And
That
this
happened
one,
in
yeah,
Dubai Hills
Really?
with the first phase. The first phase, I was talking to a lot of people there, and they were telling me that brokers are calling and saying, "You have to sell now. Market is done." I was like, "Are you serious? You have a property in Dubai Hills? Please keep it. Please keep it." Some sold, didn't listen, and the ones who didn't sell,
Yeah.
they're thanking me every single day until now.
Yeah. No, it's the same with, honestly, if you're looking to sell your townhouse in Dubai Hills below OP, I'm interested.
Yeah.
Right?
When-
Like to anyone
when
out
you,
there, right?
When you look at the numbers, in Maple, some people exits
Yeah.
at 1.6 and 1.8.
For 3-bedroom townhouse.
Yes, Maple 1.
Now people are lucky
I
to
swear
get it
to
in
God.
the Mac Hills too.
Seriously. If you look at the history and transactions, some people exit. How much is the percentage of these people? It's not much, but it does affect the market. And this is what people don't understand. With these kind of transactions, it does affect the market. It destroys the market. It makes a bubble from nothing. Like it's crazy. And it's not fair. Why I buy something for 2.1 or 2.2 and sell it with loss? You shouldn't sell any property with loss.
Yeah, not getting appreciation you expected with real estate is fairly common, but losing money on real estate should not be common.
It shouldn't be done.
It should
be
not happen at all. Like,
illegal.
it shouldn't, like, it should be impossible.
Yeah.
And this is one of those only in Dubai moments, really, right? It's this issue with people rushing over into things because Dubai is very driven by hype, by marketing, by this kind of like
But
trends.
it's not only because of that. Also look at the number of brokers, and total number of brokers that works in real estate, and how many experience they have and knowledge they have. If I'm a seller, or even if I'm a buyer, I should qualify the broker. Like I'm qualifying the buyer, I'm qualifying the seller. I don't waste my time. I would understand if this person is serious, and if he's telling me that I don't have a budget, everything is open, or he doesn't know what he's looking for. You're buying a property.
Yeah, like this.
You're not buying. I know he's not serious. For example, same with agents. You should qualify the agents. If someone is telling you to sell with loss, you shouldn't work with them.
Absolutely.
If someone is giving you false information or promising you the world, you shouldn't work with them. And unfortunately, a lot of these people made a lot of money. Unfortunately, good for them. I'm not.
No,
like,
good for them.
everybody who's
Good
like
for them.
it-
Incredible boost to the market of people who do the fake Brabus kits for Mercedes. I think they're the real winners in that.
I love that one.
But fair enough, right?
I get
You know exactly the type. How
yeah,
many
yeah.
Brabus C classes being made? There's at least 3 times as many in Dubai just on the diesel selling. Just selling on the diesel.
I'm trying to control myself.
Yeah, but-
Seriously.
And like, don't get me wrong, I'm all for it. You want this kind of upgrades, do them. But it's a little funny.
It is.
Yeah. But realistically speaking, market downturns in Dubai really come from a lot of people
And
coming in
know-
Dubai for too short of a term.
You know also why is it coming? Talking about how people
Yeah.
are giving misinformation or
Of
there's
course.
no knowledge. There's also a lot of people who are so greedy to the point that, and I will say it, I'm not afraid, they do something called top up. What buyers don't understand and what buyers should know about this is if you have to check transactions. Everything now is very clear. There are clarity. You can check which apartment, how much it was sold if you go online. You can. And if a broker is telling you don't have access to this, no, you do. You can go to DXB Interact.
Honestly,
is a
once
free-
it's listed, I think we will be in description put actual link to the resources for you guys to check.
Yeah.
And it's a whole
With the
another
price.
topic we will talk about later on. But
About the top
Yeah.
up? No, I'm gonna talk about the top up now.
no, the topic of how you can check your broker, how you can check transactions
Yes,
as a buyer,
yes,
because it's
of
important.
course,
Yeah.
it is very important.
But-
So let's give you
Yeah.
examples. So some people they would agree with the seller.
Mhm.
I wouldn't blame the sellers. Still, it's unethical, but I wouldn't blame them if I need the money. I need the money.
Yeah.
If I need to exit, I need to exit.
Mhm.
And if I'm getting profit of my property, I'll still exit. What's not good is the buyer doesn't know anything.
Mhm.
So they're adding, let's say the price is 3 million, the selling price is 3 million, and the agent is selling it to the buyer for 3.3 or 3.5.
Mhm.
The difference is in the agent's pocket.
Mhm.
This is called top up. So he's not charging the seller 2% agency fees.
Mhm.
He's taking that difference, which is much higher than 2%. And the seller is getting already the price he wants.
Mhm.
And that creates a difference and wrong prices in the market. Imagine number of transactions in one area like that.
Mhm.
How much appreciation, which is not true. When you compare the original price and how many months or a year or 2 years from the OP and the handover date to this date, it's a huge gap. A property shouldn't appreciate 100%
Mhm.
in 6 months. Doesn't make sense. It's not correct. A property should appreciate, but the reasonable percentage is between 25 to 30%, 40% if it's something prime, but 100% and 150%, and some properties 200%, it's not reasonable, and it does affect the market
Mhm.
big time.
Here I'm moving into really the topic we tried to talk last time, right? Why would you work with specific broker? Why would you, as a seller, even pay commission? Because right now it's seller's market, really.
Now it's still seller's market, but it's gonna shift.
And why would you work with exclusive broker, right? And here's the interesting point: is like it might be your seller's market. You might have unique piece of real estate which everybody would love to sell, no questions asked. And I respect that, but at the end of the day, no matter what your piece of real estate is, you want a broker to be able to rely on it selling with the broker in order for broker to invest his effort and time into it.
That's true.
That's part of the reason where top-up's coming from, because a lot of brokers wouldn't charge commission.
But I would
They
not-
would say, they would start with, oh, we won't take your commission, and they would find some other way to make money.
I'm not blaming only the brokers who do top up.
Yeah.
I'm also blaming the sellers, which works with 10 people and 15 people at the same time.
Yeah.
The buy land department is trying to control that and minimize and reduce that, and is doing an amazing job. But I know in the future, it's not guaranteed, but logically, it should be a buyer's agent and a seller's agent. How long it's gonna take, God knows. I don't know. It will take time because still there's so much supply coming to the market. But if sellers give a chance to one agency, work with them
For 2
months,
weeks, 2 months.
2 months. No, 2
If
weeks.
you're in a rush, do 2 weeks even, you know.
Do 2 weeks, see if they are gonna put the efforts.
Yeah.
Sign with them, proper exclusivity. If you don't want to sign exclusivity, at least give them a word that you're not going to work with other agents, not to be working with 10 agents at the same time, because the buyers in the market, they're the same buyers. So I'm a buyer, I'm going to go to you, I'm going to go to another buyer, and I'm sorry, another agent. I'll speak to all of them, and whoever gives me the best price, I'm going to go with them. So it's not fair for the agents who's working from the buyer side and from the seller side.
And
That's why actually agents are doing these kind of things.
And you know, I don't even believe in such thing as fair thing in the market, but unfortunately, but even from practical point, me putting yourself in a position of broker, you get this apartment, and it's non-exclusive terms, right? So you know there's 3 other guys selling it together with you. So you're not guaranteed return on it. Would you go and spend your time and money to photograph it, to promote it to your premium clients? Or would you tell your best client about this apartment if it's a hot thing on the market, if it's not your exclusive, knowing all too well that by the time he responded to your WhatsApp, considered, you need to call him back and say, you know what, I wasted your time because it's gone. No, you won't. You won't give it to your best clients if it's non-exclusive.
You will not,
You will,
of course.
or you will consider it twice before doing that. You will not photograph it because the moment you photograph it, another guy
It's
rips
gone.
off your photos and sells it instead of you. Why would you put an effort? You'll wait
just
for him
happened
to
actually
do it.
recently when I went and I took photographs, proper photographs.
Before we upload it,
Before
those
we
photographs
uploaded,
were
and
uploaded by
we
another
s-
guy.
We send it to the guy without the
Yeah.
watermark.
Yeah,
It's because we trust the guy.
yeah.
We give it to another agent.
Luckily, you're good friends with him, right? And like,
This is how I like to work. I called him and I was like, man, the pictures are with. Why did you send? He's like, I didn't think it's
big
I was
deal.
like,
yeah, yeah.
I've done it, so please ask him to remove. And the guy removed it, honestly.
Yeah, no, it's this one was misunderstanding, but sometimes
but
you
you know
will
why
see
is
that
this?
happen intentionally.
Because I have
Yeah.
I have good relationship
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
seller.
Yeah,
That's it's very important, and it's like you can work with someone else. But you give me a word, I will put the efforts. But you don't work with 10 people. If you work with 10 people, good luck.
yeah, because of course I have no guarantees of making any return on my investment into you as a buyer, because for me, okay, if I might go for these risks if you're a huge portfolio buyer, but it will be an expectation that I will work together with many other agents and work better than them with one of your properties, but I would expect you later on to work exclusively with me with whole portfolio.
True.
Then it's a risk to payout kind of makes sense. And even then, it's a call depending on the person. You look person in the eye and you see, can you trust them to go along with it? Or are you going to go all out, sell this apartment, possibly at the loss? Because let's think about it. It's for broker, it's always profitable. Because broker only put their time into it. But for agency, and I'm thinking a lot agency side more than broker side, right? And I'm here to argue on the agency side. You're here to argue on the broker side, right? Either way. We'll list it. Theoretically, I need to pay photographer. I need to pay for listing fees. I need to pay for listing fees on another website. I need to get the QR codes, possibly do posts for social, possibly do some videos if it's important piece. We do all that. We do promotion, then generate some leads here, generate advertisement there, pay admins.
It's a lot of
pay that.
expenses, of course.
And if it's a small apartment, I'm lucky to break even. Like
True.
I calculated that, and I think if we sell a unit less than 1.5 million dirhams, we're actually losing money.
It is
on this
true.
sale.
It is
Yeah.
true.
It's actually a negative amount of money.
It doesn't worth your time actually.
Yeah.
And effort.
Yeah,
Because
unless
you're
it's
putting the same time.
But if
the
it's
same
exclusive, actually worth my time and effort because
effort.
I'm
Of course,
guaranteed to
because
sell it,
It's a guaranteed closure.
and I can set up the process in a way where I keep the margins, correct? I don't need to raise people, and I know my
personally-
broker's definitely making money.
I
so they're more
personally
comfortable.
don't work on properties less than 1 million if
Mm-hmm.
it's not exclusive. Ever.
Oh no, under 1 million. Hopefully, we don't have to work on them at all.
It's like a rent.
Yeah.
It's for leasing. I've done leasing at the beginning when I worked in real estate, and I did good in leasing, but leasing is for me. I don't need it. I give all the properties that comes to my team, so they can also learn and can make money.
Yes.
And leasing is very important.
No, leasing is bread and butter. Leasing is way more cost effective and it's repeat business. And more importantly, it's keeping a relationship with your customer, right?
Of course.
Because
of
at some
course.
point, everybody wants to exit their property.
This whole conversation is for
Yeah.
all, actually, for buyers, for sellers, and also for agents.
Even with buyer, okay, if you're a buyer, you can adopt two strategies really. One is you go onto Property Finder and you start calling, right?
You know, for buyers, if you want to give them proper guidance, most of the buyers, they go on Google. The first thing that comes, Property Finder, Bayut, ready properties or some of the off-plan under construction projects. Then there are landing pages. buyers don't understand what is landing page. A landing page is a project name website
Mm.
that collects interest.
No, I'm marketing background first, and I know
You
very
know
well
what is
what
a
landing
landing
page
page.
is.
Of course.
The shocking
But
moment
this is not
for
for
me
you.
here.
It's for
The bubble is the bubble I'm in, and the shocking moment for me is somebody not understanding the concept of the landing page.
There are people. I swear to God, you will be shocked.
Yeah.
You will be shocked.
Oh, so they believe it's official website they ended up on.
Yes. Yes.
And you see, I honestly believe that our guidance to our brokers to start conversation, hello, I would like to talk regarding Dubai's real estate. I'm from Accord Properties, right? And this part, I'm from Accord Properties, actually costs us, right?
Of course.
But I would rather keep it this way because I would rather people know that we're agents. And if people do not understand the value of working with a broker, even on off-plan property, and they would rather work with developer, there's nothing I can do really. There's nothing we can do to help. We can explain here, and for people who are willing to listen, we can talk and explain to you that you need broker on your side on every real estate transaction because it's a person who advocates for you.
Yeah.
Because if it's a good broker, if it's a reasonable broker, they're interested in your net worth growing because that's how they make more money in the future.
Exactly. Exactly.
If you get one of those brokers who come in Dubai for 6 months, spend all their money on the Mercedes fake Brabus, and later on go broke by accident and have to go back home to wherever they're from, and all of that within 8 months.
I honestly, I feel bad. People should try, but it takes time to learn, and it takes a lot of effort to consistently learn. This job, every day you're learning something new. So you cannot say I'm an expert ever, because every day laws are changing, prices are changing, history is changing, everything's changing. So if you're not up to date all the time, you can't be an expert. You work 10 years in real estate, 15 years in real estate, 25 years in real estate. Things are different now. Yes, you do have a lot of knowledge, but if you're not up to date, still.
Exactly. A year ago, I would have told you what Golden Visa by heart, being absolutely sure I know everything, right? I would tell you in detail. They made so many changes to those regulations. I don't know if it's even there is a Golden Visa anymore. What it is, it's just an abstract concept at this point. I'm sorry. Now you can apparently not pay almost anything except for booking the apartment.
For Golden Visa, you have to pay for the visa.
It used to
So
be.
a
They
lot of
changed something.
A lot of people, when they're selling,
Yeah.
and I'm always saying a lot of people. I'm not saying agencies or agents, people, because there are good people who guides and they are very honest and they're very knowledgeable, and there are other people who are not, which is normal.
Yeah, I know some great brokers from agencies I personally detest.
They say
You know.
they tell buyers that it's for free. No, it's not for free.
No.
You pay for it, and it's not cheap, and it's not expensive. It depends on the wealth.
Yeah. No, but if you're already looking to invest certain amount of money in certain sectors of UAE, because what a lot of brokers wouldn't tell you is you don't have to do Golden Visa for real estate. You can do investment with the bank into government bonds if you feel safer with it.
You know what I laugh,
and
I
it's
laugh.
not a good way for me because
I
I'm not
swear,
making money.
Artem, I laugh all the time when I see advertisement for people saying buy to get the Golden Visa. What the hell? What the hell? Seriously.
Yeah.
What is Golden Visa to do with property investment? Yes, it's an advantage, but it's not the only reason why you should buy a property. Absolutely not. You get a Golden Visa if you work here and your salary is above 30,000. And still, you apply for it. You don't get it automatically. You have to apply for it, and it's pending for approval. It's subject to approval.
Yeah.
So you might get it, you might not get it.
Like recently, I wouldn't mention name specifics, but I know for a fact one media personality from Russian-speaking world is very divisive. Is kind of like a bit trollish and face tattoos and all of that kind of guy. um, owns a villa in Arabian ranches. Which ones I don't tell you because then it narrows it down too much. But
Okay.
owns a villa in Arabian ranches. That's definitely over 2 million.
Of course.
Obviously, I was living mostly in UAE. Was not allowed to re-enter UAE because he's fairly divisive. He probably been offensive to some. Probably not the biggest friend of his own government either. And that's the thing. UAE
No, but
will be protecting their own interests. They're not gonna
course.
guarantee you a golden visa.
Of course.
It's all based on your personal profile as well. It's all based on
Absolutely.
you as a person as well, and your behavior and your presence in the media if you're a media personality as well.
It's the same in any other country. There are certain rules and laws and regulations. It's not like invest 2 million and get a golden visa. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I lived in UK the longest time on a leave to remain, indefinite leave to remain, right? Permanent residence. Before I achieved the passport. And before you achieve the passport, technically you can apply, but you need to prove you're in good standing, right?
Of course, it's very
You're a
important.
good character, that you're worthy of improving the state by being a citizen, which is only fair.
Of course.
But that's one of the reasons I went as far as never holding a UK driving license. Because I knew if I hold it, I would occasionally drive, and I knew there's a certain risk of me getting speeding fines or traffic violation fines, and even those could influence your citizenship application.
yeah, true.
If you have a lot of speeding fines or one big speeding ticket somewhere, or you crossed a double line for some reason, let's say, that's enough to refuse you citizenship because it's a proof of certain faults of your character. You like it or not, well, and I believe most of people who drive, they get parking they get traffic fines.
You don't want to drink?
I'm
I'm
drinking.
drinking all the time.
Yeah, no, I'm drinking slowly, but like I don't know anybody who never gets fines, unless they don't have unless they don't have a license plate on their car. But that's another story.
Here?
Nowhere, I don't know anywhere anybody
Here,
who never got a fine.
I got a lot of fines.
Yeah, we all
Parking
do.
fines.
But like it or not, it's also
Speed
it says that our characters are somewhat flawed, like everybody's, right? We're not always practicing the perfect self-control when driving, and nobody is, I assume. But you see, the point is, in Dubai, you can
Back to the buyers and sellers.
back to the buyers,
Back to the buyers and sellers.
Uh,
And agents.
and agents. Yeah. The more important thing, actually, let's move on to a completely new topic. Like, you buy this, and we talk a lot about buying real estate, but that's the easy bit.
Selling is more difficult.
Yeah, that's what's important.
Selling is more difficult. It's but
Yeah.
depends on the cycle, depends on the market. So now it's a seller's market, but it's still not so easy to sell. If you have the wrong property, wrong location, wrong price, because a lot of people are so dreamers. They think that the property worth 5 million, but the market price is 3 million, for example. That's not reasonable.
Mhm.
There are plenty in the market. I want my property. This is my property. Yeah, okay, keep it. It will appreciate in the future, maybe after 8 years, 10 years. God
Just a
knows.
few days ago, we got somebody telling that they know someone who's looking to sell their Burj Khalifa apartments, but the price they expect is 1.5 million dirhams over the market.
Not possible.
No, it's not possible. I wish I would really want to sell your apartment above market by 1.5 million. It's a lot of money, right? It's a lot of commission.
Unless his unit is unique,
Mm-hmm.
it's not possible.
Yeah,
Unless the unit is really unique.
but we're coming back
I
to
know
supply
this,
and demand.
I know this unit. No, it's
Yeah.
not unique. There's plenty in the
Yeah.
market with lower prices.
Exactly.
We're not going to mention prices, but we do have in Burj Khalifa, yes.
Yeah,
If you're interested in
because
Burj
we
Khalifa.
mentioned prices, and you'll come back a year later when it's 1 million more, and you'll ask for that price,
Exactly.
and we can't have that.
What What do you think, from your perspective, the best location now that is selling?
That is selling
Yeah.
on secondary.
On primary,
plan?
primary and secondary.
So off plan for me, I absolutely agree. If I would be putting my own money into real estate off plan, I would be putting almost all of it into the creek.
Okay.
I believe in creek strongly. Already seen the creek beach delivered now, and the lagoons looking amazing. So I can possibly it's because I literally seen first person the area develop in front of me, and I see the speed, and I see how it falls together like puzzle pieces. And that's the thing only a Mark can do.
That's true.
Like I don't always agree with Amar, not on everything. Although if you listen to my news dumps, you'll think I'm the biggest Amar shill in the world, right? But I disagree with them on some things. Like I don't enjoy their address brand. I would rather go for different hotels.
That's personal opinion.
But it's
of
personal
course. Yeah.
preference, right? But some things they do like nobody else in the world, not just Dubai, not just UAE. So I believe in that, and I strongly now believe in Saadiyat Island.
Okay. Yes,
Can we mention that Abu Dhabi Saadiyat Island is unique?
Abu Dhabi is going into different direction, and there is a lot happening in Abu Dhabi.
It's
as
very different, but I recently visited Saadiyat Island, and I realized I've been all over the world, and this one is nothing like anything else in the world. It's very special and it's very brave what they're doing. And here it's more emotional kind of investment in my mind, right? I don't have a lot to back up that it's going to be incredible investment financially, but I just love what they're doing so much on a personal level that I would invest, right?
well.
On the secondary market, okay, so I would never go Palm.
Yeah, depends. Yeah.
I think it's done most of its appreciation for near future. I don't know how much it's going to appreciate in the next 3 to 4 years.
In statistics, Palm appreciated
The best.
the best one, the most appreciated one was Mars Al Arab
Yeah.
in terms of numbers, but because the transaction is huge,
Yeah.
that's why it shows on the top. Second is Palm Jumeirah, but also because you have a lot in Palm Jumeirah with huge amounts. So that's why it appreciated in numbers. But when you look at it appreciates the rest of the properties, of course, as a location. I wouldn't think that Palm is going higher than this as of now, or in the next 2 years.
Yeah, that's
To 3
the
years.
thing. And when I'm thinking secondary, I'm thinking a bit of a shorter term mentality. I
That's
want
why
to
I'm saying in
see
the
what
next
is
2
going on
years.
a
Yeah.
2, 3, 4 year scale, not 5, 10 to 10 years.
But you know, a lot of
Yeah.
people, when they think like that, they think they should hold and not buy now. But you have to think of it, I think of it from different perspective. I would actually advise people, yes, you can hold if you're investing huge amount into the market. I'm talking about 50 plus 50 million plus, multiple properties.
Yeah.
But if you're an end user, you shouldn't wait for 2 years. If you're
No.
ready, you're ready.
For investor, the best time depends on the market and finance. For end user, the best time depends on your personal finance.
Exactly.
When you're ready, you're
Exactly.
ready. Don't
That's
wait
how
for
I
the
see-
market, because market is never going to be never going to be just happen to be right when your
I'll-
finances are right.
You know that I spoke to many people actually, and they think it's gonna go down like 2 years ago. I was like, no, it's not possible.
Well, 2 years ago.
It is not possible. It's impossible. There was correction, and the market, the maximum that is gonna drop is like 10%, and this is not dropping. This is cycle. It's a market cycle.
It's a cycle, and once again, you know what? If you're actually a sophisticated investor with a lot of money to play, let's just say what I told you. You know the Golden Mile buildings, the older ones.
Yeah.
Let's say you put your patient hat on and you allocate this 50 million dirham to buy out one by one apartments, because they trade a lot right now, the whole building. and you renovate it to be brand new with new amenities, you are doubling your investment easily in the next 5 years.
Depends, but yeah,
It's
it
a
is
lot of
amazing.
headache, it's a lot of
It's
stress
a lot,
for that.
a lot of years.
It's a lot of years, it's a lot of money tied up, but
It does.
it's an incredible way to invest. If you have if anybody there has the money for that, I'm happy to help you. but
I, you know,
Yeah. but
I advised one
Yeah.
person before with 100 million
Mhm.
worth of properties. I could have made a lot of money.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm not. This is not stupidity from me. This is ethical from me.
Mhm.
I had the chance to sell this 100 million, or whatever I
Mhm.
can catch from the 100 million, because the person was working
Yeah.
with a lot of people. But I said no, because it's the wrong time.
Of course.
I ended up selling from them 40 million with appreciation.
Mhm.
All the 60 million he lost from them, the 40 million he covered all this loss with profit.
Yeah.
And this is when I was happy that I actually helped the person for his investment. All the projects were amazing, but it's the timing.
Yeah, I don't feel like sometimes it's important to tell the customer, to tell the client, no, it's not right time to sell, and be strict on it. And even if they're gonna do the wrong thing,
At
just
least
don't not be a part of it. Just say wrong things
I
happen,
would-
but I don't want to be part of the things going wrong. And that's something I absolutely respect. And a lot of agencies and a lot of agency bosses would tell me that I shouldn't be running business like that, and I probably shouldn't. but that's what I do.
I'm sorry.
But I'm sorry, that's how I gotta do it. If I fail doing that, it's fine.
No, but I've done this a while
Yeah.
ago, and it taught me a
Yeah.
lesson, to be
Yeah.
honest. Yes, the person is selling, he needs to exit, so I should help the person in selling. But I did give the advice, and I did get all the remaining properties exclusive.
But can I mention here, when you're working with your broker, treat it like a doctor. You're gonna tell doctor, I hope at least, for your own good, I hope. When you're working with the doctor, you tell honestly what you do. Like, you not hide from them, let's say, if you're smoking, right? Because your wife doesn't know, but your doctor would know, right? Let's say, right? Or you're not hiding that, you done that and that and that, or you traveled there, right? It's a doctor. It's a doctor. They need the best picture they can to give you best advice they can, right?
But
and to give you best treatment.
You know, I will go back to this on this one.
Yeah.
The reason why I didn't sell, because the person didn't tell me his financial situation.
Yeah.
And I didn't know anything. I just thought he just want to sell.
Yeah.
And I did ask questions, but of course the person doesn't know me. He's not my friend. He's just an investor who spoke to someone who's very honest. So he didn't give me the insights. Later on, when we became friends, he told me that he had to sell.
Yeah.
So if I knew this, that he had to sell, I would have helped even more. That, yes, at least you're not going to exit with loss, but we will try the best not to.
Or like,
You know what I mean?
yeah. Or I told the gentleman,
like the
gentleman
doctor.
messaged me, says, I want to sell those. I'm happy to discount them. I just want out. I want cash now. And luckily I had a chance to discuss and say, like, look, you got to discount the hell. You're going to lose like 10% on your investment. He's like, yeah, I don't care. I would like to invest more into the growing startup I invested. I get minimum 20% a year appreciation. So he will cover that loss and make 10% this year and make 20 next.
You know why I'm saying these
You know.
things? Because the sellers that needs to exit, when they are putting themselves out like that,
Yeah.
a lot of people, they would take advantage of this.
Yeah.
And they would just give them unreasonable buyers crazy offers, cash offers, and they will sell.
Yeah.
And they will lose. That's why I'm saying these things. Yeah.
I've seen
If you
some
need to
things
exit, you
strange.
need to exit,
Yeah.
but please, 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 please choose the agent that, yes, will go at least with the market price, not below market price.
No, the guy, because it's startup and they needed cash. With this guy, we went something like 8% below OP at the end of the day, which is not great. Selling below OP never feels good.
Of course.
But given the task of got to be done in 3 days, good. Like got to do it by the end of the week kind of guy.
There are transactions
Yeah.
that you need to decide in one day.
Yeah.
It happens, but
No,
not,
it happens, but
it's not in a seller's market.
yeah,
It happens in a buyer's market.
exactly. Exactly. And nowadays, if you want to sell that quick, you got to discount.
And it happens in when there is a lot of supply.
And what a lot of customers are actually getting frustrated with is they got used to what had been happening 2 years ago or even a year ago from now, where you put something on the market, it's gone instantly. It's gone before you even uploaded the pictures. Like there's a name and there's unit number, they'll buy it. As long as it has a unit number, right? As long as it has some connection to Rara, even in name, they'll buy it by the end of the day. But now market slowed down, which a lot of people are panicking. A lot of people don't like it. I always say it's good because that's how civilized market should be. I'm sorry, but normal, healthy markets, they don't move at the speed that Dubai real estate market moved 2 years ago, right? Well, at the
Yeah,
peak of the
course.
booming, right?
Of course.
And you
you
need
wanna talk about,
speed at which you can make decisions.
Paul Jabal Ali?
Palm Jabal Ali? Are we going to prison if we start?
No, I think maybe. no.
No, but like Palm Jabal Ali, I'll throw in my opinion out there. Nobody's making money on Palm Jabal Ali except for people who build it.
Palm Jabal
Yeah.
Ali. Did you see the hype that time? The brokers
People sleeping in the streets.
sleeping there for like from 5 a.m. and 6 a.m.
Which is ironic. Do the homeless thing for real estate.
I think this is wrong. This is absolutely wrong.
Yeah,
To
no.
sell like this is, and there are still availabilities.
Oh, there's still availabilities.
Yeah,
Maybe it's the guys just got overexcited and just slept in the morning before.
and still there will be more launches.
Yeah. And there will be more
It's
launches.
just, this is us telling people that please do the due diligence, ask, study, speak with the right people.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah, make your due diligence. Or as I always say, you can always trust us. We will do it for you, but you shouldn't. You shouldn't trust anyone really, straight away. But if
Straight
you would
away,
trust
no,
anyone,
absolutely.
trust us.
Please.
Yeah, that's the idea.
You look.
Yeah. It's not. We're not like. But quite honestly, it's so many agencies do no due diligence. I was like one of the top things we train every agent is to look up data quick and reliably, and to understand the data. Right. It's one of the first thing every broker working with you who's a rookie will learn.
No, when I was hiring brokers, I was always making sure they can work, they can move, so they can drive.
Yeah.
They have enough money to cover themselves because it's a tough job
Yeah.
and it's without salary. You would understand a lot of people struggle in this. That's why it's not that easy. So you have enough to cover yourself. You have enough to be able to learn and to actually be in real estate. It's not for anybody. It is difficult. It's not easy. And it needs constant attention. You really want to learn. You want to work. Not, I want to try, I want to make money. Not everybody's making money in real estate.
Absolutely not everyone. Because a lot of social media shows so much glamour in that and like so much.
Social media is social media. So.
Yeah.
And it depends also what is your goal. Some people, they want to be billionaires, millionaires, and some people, they just want to be content with what they have. You don't need to drive a Lamborghini or Rolls Royce. You can just be happy with what you're doing. You don't need everything so fancy. You don't need to be living in your palm and in the front.
Although I wouldn't strongly oppose that lifestyle, I would tell you honestly.
But some people, this is the main reason they think we want to work in real estate because everybody's making millions. No, not everybody.
Not everybody.
Yeah, actually,
And to make
not even 5%.
and to make millions for more than 3 months' time, and then kind of
Some
burn
people
out and disappear.
Some
which
people
happens.
are lucky. Yeah.
You just get like stupid. You just get your dumb luck, and for 3 months you're the richest guy around, right? That happens to some people, and nobody wants that. People want to reliably make this money, right?
Yeah,
For
of
years.
course, of course.
Because you will ramp up your lifestyle, and you'll have to. Because one thing is not having this lifestyle. The other thing is having to sell your Lamborghini. Having to sell it, not wanting to sell it, having to sell it. And
But I don't
and
like
any
Lamborghini.
broker in Dubai, and there's few brokers who are incredibly rich,
There are, yeah.
but it took them years of dedication. They have the best knowledge, and that's why people who invest the amounts of money in hundreds of millions, many hundreds of millions of dirhams of investment in real estate in Dubai, they go with those brokers because they know this broker not only understands the market at the base level of, yeah, that's good, but he
wouldn't-
understands how market gonna
wouldn't.
move when you put 300 million in there.
I wouldn't agree on this part because not everybody who made a lot of money in real estate are that knowledgeable, to be honest. No,
Not
it's
everybody,
not like that.
but everybody who will retain that as this market develops.
But retaining, like I would give you examples. Retaining meaning that you have an investor
Yeah.
who constantly working with you. You're selling, you're choosing some projects which is under construction. You know it's appreciating, but you have no idea about real estate. You're making money, but you still don't know what is real estate. And there are plenty of
Yeah,
this. So
and
I don't agree.
I would
I
tell
don't
you
agree.
honestly, I believe it's easier to invest 300 million dirhams in Dubai than 3 million. It's easier to do because with 300 million dirhams, I'll kick the door open into Amar's office and choose the best units
That's true.
on
Yeah,
any
that
lodge
is
they
true.
have.
That's true.
And I'll buy the whole floors, and I'll be the only guy with Burj Khalifa sundown views in Creek, let's say.
That's true.
And
That is
good
true.
luck making money because I will control the sale and I will sell 2 at a time, not more. And I'll put whatever price I want because only I will have anything else to pop up on the market.
That is true. That is true. I don't want to go in
With
details.
3 million when I just
I
bought
don't
one.
want to go in details about this topic.
But that's it. That gives you
But-
control of the market. You got monopoly. Not making money with monopoly. Only USSR managed to do that.
Yeah, I would.
And they tried not to do that.
We would go in details
Yeah.
when people needs us. This is when we can explain these.
Yeah,
kind of
but
things.
like what I'm
we'll
saying
not give
is
this. We'll not give this information for free.
no, but
absolutely not.
no, but this is like I'm telling the very surface level stuff right now. In my mind, that's what everyone knows, right? No, I guess no.
I will not talk about this. No.
Okay. I thought everybody
Absolutely
knew how
not.
that's done.
Nope.
but I thought it's like ABCs.
No,
but
no, it's
no.
not ABC. It takes a lot of time.
Okay, fair enough. But you know, I understand a lot about scarcity because I come from luxury yachts, and there's absolutely different market when you know that only one company makes this yacht, and they make 6 a year, and for next 2 years they're making them. They already booked.
Less supply,
Yeah.
high demand. Simple
Exactly.
as that. It is as simple as that.
Exactly. And they make lower quality than their competitor, but their competitor will make 15 a year. They sell at the same price because they do this drawer this way, which those 6 people really need.
Yeah, it's
This
less.
one drawer, they're ready to pay millions extra, but
What are the
Yeah.
areas that appreciating all the time? Is the areas that has less supply.
yeah.
Beachfront appreciated is only beachfront. Blue waters is only blue waters. Some villa communities with standalone villas or with certain quality, it's only that there's less supply and high demand.
And you're talking about beachfront, you reminded me about the next big thing I would love to tell you. Where I think I could throw all of my money. I would spread it actually between Mina Rashid and Jumeirah Islands. If it's long term, if it's 10-year plus.
Mina Rashid, I think, is gonna.
Tell me anywhere else you can get beachfront properties.
Mina,
In UAE, you can get some past the Abu
Well,
Dhabi.
I was talking about Amar beachfront,
Yeah.
the project.
Yeah, MR
But
beachfront.
yeah, but Mina
But
Rashid
that
is-
reminded me that there's literally no beachfront properties left for sale. Like there's no land.
no, nothing.
That's the only thing I can put as an argument towards actually Palm Jebel Ali is, yeah, it's
Palm
the only
Jebel Ali
beachfront left.
will be, but it will take long time.
It will take decades.
It will take long time.
You can't think about it in terms of 5 years or 6 years or
No.
even 10 years, not necessarily.
I would actually think of plots if you're talking, but not 5 years, and it's longer,
Yeah.
longer time.
And I still feel it will be more hotel and kind of all-inclusive hotel focused. It just,
There will be everything. It will.
Yeah.
It's bigger than Palm Jumeirah,
of course.
and of course it has more variety. But
Yeah.
how many years?
Exactly.
For
I
some
think-
people it will be for their
No, I
for
think
their
in
families,
10
for
years I
kids.
would really want to get a place there, right? In 10 years' time.
I don't think 10 years is enough. No,
No.
no. You will see
No,
things
you know
already.
why? You know why? Puts you closer to New Abu Dhabi airport. And I prefer Etihad to the Emirates Airlines. They have better business class.
That's your personal preference.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we got the timing
we
through,
give-
but we talked about a lot of stuff, but can I wrap up of like, guys, choose your brokers wisely. Working with 10 brokers, working with wrong brokers can really hurt you in Dubai. A lot of people lost a lot of money in Dubai, and I don't hesitate to talk about it, but that's because they took the wrong strategies. It's not a bazaar. It's an actual market, grown-up market, like everywhere else, and you need to behave as smartly as everywhere else, if not smarter.
Exactly.
Yeah. And we're hopefully going to see you next week with some more podcasts.
I
Off we
actually
go.
would love
Oh.
if people start
Yep.
to send us
Topics.
questions and topics to talk about.
Yeah. Comment topics, comment questions. I don't think we have any comments in the discussions on the live stream. But
It's
once
our-
again,
This is our first.
Yeah.
Come
No,
on.
but that's expected.
Come on.
no, I said it without checking.
I
that's
actually,
why.
yeah, I expected that there will be no viewers at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, but otherwise, yeah, leave some comments here and subscribe to us to get notified, and obviously, join our next ones because we will do a lot of Q&A. It's a free consultation. You don't need to leave your contact details, so we won't annoy you later on. You can just ask questions.
Thank
See you next week.